Cat bag's been hit. Alright, do you just want to do the count or should I?
You can do it.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. So I'm cutting audio from you guys, if that's okay? Or maybe I should keep it on. I'll keep it on for now, and we'll see. Either way...
Yeah. The only way for us to read donations is through your mumble audio.
Okay, yeah, I'll just keep it on. It'll work fine. So, once again, I'm Jodenstone, and welcome everyone to this hopefully excellent run of Ocarina of Time. Gonna start off with the MST category, which is medallions, stones, and trials, meaning you complete the main dungeons of the game in any order you choose, and any means necessary.
For a second,
sure.
Could you turn your mic volume down?
Done. Sure.
Maybe 20%.
Done.
You're peaking a bit on stream.
Yeah. Done.
Thank you.
Thanks. So, you're completing the main dungeons in any order, and by any means, except for item manipulation, which is where you write items into your inventory. Basically that means we have to go to every single dungeon physically and complete it. So it's kind of an in-between between the fastest playthrough and 100%. And my estimate for this category is 2 hours 20 minutes currently. I've improved quite fast in the category. My personal best is now slightly below 210, but a lot can happen, so 220 is probably a really good lifetime. We'll see. I think I can match it though. Either way, as there isn't too much to say starting out, we'll just see the intro, as I have numerous times, and wait for Link to wake up. And of course we'll make some tea. Because it wouldn't be MST without the tea. Right. Now that was the most important part of the run. So, we'll start out fairly simple, getting the sword and the shield, but then immediately the route will divert from a standard playthrough. I hope you're ready for some madness, by the way, because this route is pretty incredible. Cool, we didn't bonk. So the intended way for this game is to get the sword and the shield and then beat the Decatry. We're gonna need something else in the Decatry though, so I'm going for another route after the sword and shield. You'll notice something straight away. The backwalking everywhere is to move faster. The developers didn't intend for you to move backwards. Only fights, so they put that value, like they made that really fast. So instead of just running around in that maze, we do it backwards and sideways. The life of a speedrunner. Alright, that was a fast sword. So now we need the 40 rupees. We'll collect them fairly fast and do the first real trick to get on the bridge, hopefully. It's a frame perfect trick, meaning I have one visual frame to do the trick. Press B to do the jump slash. Cool. Alright. So after buying the shield, instead of talking to Mido, we're gonna get the hell of it out of here, and then go to Kakariko to get the bottle. Because we'll need it for the victory. Hopefully I can do a small time saver here too. Nope. So you're not supposed to pass this guy, but hopefully, cool, doing a recoil I can get into him, this text box, and just roll him. Very good. Alright, so we left the forest early. We'll leave it this way because we're actually going to use this fairy ocarina we get from Saria multiple times in the run. It is possible to skip it and to leave the forest faster, but we need it. Yeah, good start to the run. So I guess I can, like, this is a good time to introduce myself more properly. As I said, I'm Jodenstone, and I've been running Ocarina of Time, well, on and off for 2 years now. Been mostly focused at any percent, especially like on a high level. I started out running this category, the first thing I did, but it's pretty hard to start out with because there's so many tricks and pretty high skill level required. So I became a lot better at any percent, notably the swordless route, where I competed against Cosmo, or against his time, for the longest, until beating him in the start of this year. And then the route changed in 90%, Skady got it back recently, and now I'm focused on this category instead. And I'm loving it actually. I hope you will too.
Do you have a moment for a donation?
Sure, perfect.
We got $10 from Jolner. Says, thanks for the awesome race, people. I want to enter for that mask.
Alright, so one important thing in MST is the day cycle. If you miss the day cycle, you will have to wait for 2 minutes. And there are two ways to miss the day cycle. Either miss the west here, which is super slide out of the water, or fade guards. Let's start with getting this west. Cool, missed it, dang it. Hopefully I can back this up. This will be close. Maybe I say that. We'll see. Either way, that west is kind of notorious. If you miss it, it's hard to back up. The reason you want to super slide there is if you need to talk to the owl, you take too much time, so it will turn day. Or night, rather. So we just have to cross our fingers that this was fast enough and we get past guards. Now in Kakariko, the reason we went here is to get the bottle. The bottle will allow us to break the game in numerous ways. And it's probably the most broken item in the game. There is even more stuff you can do with the bottle, but in this run all item manipulation is banned, so we can't use it for those purposes. Pretty much every speedrun in this game gets the bottle really early. And this is the fastest bottle to get. You may have seen the new 90% route. There's a bottle in the Deca tree. It relies on item manipulation too. Can't do it in MST. These guys can run around a lot and give you random patterns, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Alright. Oh, he's in a strange spot. Cool. Alright, so rounding up all the cocos give us this bottle, and then once we have it we can just continue as the game intends us to beat the Decatry. But it's faster to just save here and warp back to Link's house than going all the way. So we just save and reset. I'm a bit scared of that day cycle actually. I'll just hope to make it to guards before night because waiting there is annoying. Right, so now we're just going to the Decatry. Nothing fancy yet. Also, it's in the night here, like 2 AM, and I stayed up watching Sweden in Eurovision, so I'm slightly tired, but I should be fine. So fun doing the live run with this. There's a small trick here if you do a recall, which I didn't, so never mind. Alright, so the Decatry is the first dungeon in the game. In the speedrun, however, it's like the most technical one. Or, that's not really true in this category, I guess, but it's a pretty technical dungeon. Fast-paced, lots of action. So we'll start off by we collected a Deca stick outside of the dungeon. Gonna collect some Deca nuts too. We'll need all of that and then just make our way through the dungeon to Goma as fast as possible. Using a precise jump dash to skip half the dungeon actually. Now this first glitch, big glitch coming up, the ISG, Infinite Sword glitch. It's when you abort a crouch stab on the final frame, which makes the game not make it unswing, so to say, so it keeps swinging every single frame and glowing like this. Using that we can't fall anymore while we have the glitch active, so we can stick onto a Skulltula up here and hopefully do this trick. Dang. Well, fortunately there's a backup. Getting the right frame there, a frame later would have resulted in skipping the water. Fortunately there's backups for this. Doing precise movement here, we can just jump up instead. Alright, so after doing the scrubs in the correct order, 2, 3, 1, hopefully fast. Almost. Alright, so we made it to Goma, which is the boss of this dungeon. The main goal now is actually to kill Goma and to exit the room. To re-enter it, because that will change the room. Remove the stone slab. That comes down right here in this cutscene. So I'll clip through the door and then kill Goma behind it, basically. Right, so we're going to use ISG again and get a hover on Goma and then clip through the door. Nice. So if you side up there, you can hit her eye with each side up, time perfectly, or time well. Now, the reason we reload this room is, as I said, to get rid of the stone slab. Getting rid of the stone slab is important for the next trick. Because this is probably the most famous trick in OT, the Ganon door. Ganon door is performed by, instead of going up the warp as intended, you abort going up the warp, but the warp still keeps ticking. If you enter if you exited the door on the same frame, you should get taken up with the warp. The game will add those two values and put you somewhere else. I'll let you see the rest. Alright, so we're now in Ganon's castle. If this was any percent, you would you would just go through and go down the tower and kill Ganon, which is fairly fast. But we haven't quite met the goal yet in the category. There's another reason we're going to Ganon's castle. If we save our prayer, we can just make our way to the trials and actually get an item that's really cool for this game. We can abuse this item a lot in the run. To get it, we need to complete this trial. And there's one silver rupee that's hard to get as child. But if we hover on this laser, we can get it. It's on top of the Reno's head. So that was really clean. Now, here are the Ganon shoes, as I like to call them, the bomb shoes in Ganon's castle. Explosives in general are pretty broken, pretty usable, and bomb shoes is really nice to have in the run. It's actually quite important to keep those and not waste them for a trick later on. Right. So, another really neat thing about this is if we leave the dungeon, as it's called, the trials, we get to the overworld. The game will put us at the overworld map corresponding to child section. And look at that, we're actually in Zelda's castle. And now we pray for the guards to not be in the way, come on. Dang. I feared that. If it's nighttime, we're close to night, the guards will be blocking you away, so basically what I have to do now is wait for those. Reason I missed that cycle was because I missed the first super slide, so we just get to mess around a bit in this crawl space here and have some fun. Hopefully not fall down, it'll be loud. So if you have any donations or anything, this is a perfect time. I'll just drink some tea and have a good time. So the guards inside will try to catch me, right? Hopefully I can avoid that by side-upping well and going when they don't look. We need to get to Zelda for one reason really, and it's a lullaby. Without the lullaby in this category we're kinda lost. It's required in several places. Okay, I think it's dawning soon. One good thing with this is, even if I get caught now, I will make it back in before night, for sure, many times, so we don't have to worry too much about getting caught, except that it's fairly slow. Okay. So let's see if we can jump past these guys. Fortunately, these guards are deaf and sometimes blind, depending on how lucky you are, and this time I got pretty lucky. Okay. Yeah, the guards were nice. Cool. If you ever played this game casually, you know that those guards are kind of a pain. If you don't take the intended route, it's usually hard to get past. Alright, so There aren't too many cutscenes in MST. There are two major ones at the start though, where this is one of them. Let's keep track. We have completed one dungeon, being the Decay Tree. Even though we wrong warped out of it, we actually got the emerald on the same frame we exited it. So we have the emerald in our inventory. Counts as beating the dungeon, at least in a speedrunning perspective. Meaning we still have, well, the others left. Also, this peppermint tea is really good. If you haven't tried peppermint, you should. Alright, so there isn't too much to say about this, except that we're gonna, immediately when we talked to Solo, we're gonna perform a trick to skip talking to Impa. We need this little lullaby, which you get from Impa after this cutscene. But watching that cutscene too would be boring, so we don't. So after this cutscene, the game picks up a bit again. Immediately after this trick coming up is probably the hardest section of Child. Okay, we get this letter, which is absolutely no use for us, but still. Okay, so let's go. Let's skip this cutscene. Okay, cool. So if you do the correct movement and pull Show Me there and shield it, you'll get hit by it while you enter the cutscene on the same frame, resulting in us actually getting this song. And then I saved and exited to just pick up where we left off, which the game thinks is Link's house. If you're a kid or if you're a child, you always start here. Alright, and then we head to Jago actually. A pretty technical split, so I probably need to focus a bit during this. Hopefully I can skip the owl in these woods too, because he's annoying to talk to. Alright, nice. So there's an owl standing there watching, but we skipped him, cool. Alright, really clean. Precise jump slash then into the stone makes us bypass the silver scale, which you normally need. And then we also skip playing the song here, so this lullaby. We can still play it, but it would be slower, so let's just go for this. Cool. So, as you may see there, bomb shoes are basically good to have. And we got 20 of them in Ganon's castle, so I'm gonna use them as best we can. Cool, so we're in the domain. King Soren's in the way. We don't want to pass him into the way either. Fine. Really? This is strange. usually I get that earlier, but it's fine. We lost a couple of shoes, I'll be careful with the shoe count from this point. Nice, so we skipped it. Now, the reason we do this dungeon as child, because you can actually do this as adult, theoretically, is that getting boomerang as adult is possible in this category. And if you jumpstart this wall precisely, you clip into Jabu's mouth without needing the fish, if you didn't know. Okay, Jabu is actually really technical too. And there is a tricky shoe trick that hopefully I will get first try. Okay, here's Ruto. If you might remember her from the playthroughs. I don't think anyone liked Ruto during the she's a pretty unpopular character, but we'll actually, at least in this dungeon, but we'll actually get to use her in a couple of ways. It's pretty cool. It's unfortunate that they can't prevent her from falling down, because that would make this dungeon very short. But now we need to take this detour, which is still pretty fast. I'll just use Ruta for the first time here, or not yet. Wait, just a second. Cool. So I throw her out of the water, back up onto the switch, and then we'll actually use her for something good. The next room. Alright, so throw her. Cool. It's kind of funny how the developers actually made things like this possible. Use her for other cool stuff later. Nice, we got the mega flip to kill the guy. This is now officially the run. So now we're back where we started, kinda, after riding this elevator. Hopefully I won't fall down in this room. I've done that before actually, it's kind of embarrassing. Cool. So the reason we need Ruto is you need to be two people to press this switch. Like it's too heavy for Link to push, so you basically need Ruto. Unfortunately. So here we go. Ruto, please help me. Thank you. If you notice, I threw Ruto on top of an enemy and well, the enemy didn't stand a chance. Probably my favorite use of an NPC in this game. Alright, so I got the boomerang. Boomerang is actually needed for this boss, so we can't skip it. It's really strange, but it's completely needed. We can't do anything about it. But first we need to skip a big part of this dungeon by doing a very specific trick here. Choose mega backflip. Mega flip. Hopefully I can pull it off with this box. Cool, so that means we just skipped like, not half the dungeon, but quite a bit of it. And this switch is supposedly only going to be down for a small amount of time. But if we get the right frame, we can just open the door, provided we have good positioning on the split switch. And this switch we hit, hopefully. Nice. Cool. I think this dungeon is rather cool in speedrun, because that boomerang trick is really nice to see. Like, I wonder who thought of that, doing the side-ups after throwing the boomerang. It's pretty cool. Alright, Baronade. Not too much to say about this boss, except that if you miss a throw, you're in for a bad time. Because then he pops out of the ground and just you can't hit him for a while with the shells, so hopefully I can get rid of all the shells fairly fast after I get the proper tentacles. Cool. So now we just have a blob to fight, and if you roll into him, he will actually pop out immediately, so you can't damage him again. I'm not actually taking damage, because you can't be damaged physically when you're rolling at least a couple frames of it. I'll use this multiple times later. It's a cool feature, and probably intended by the developers actually. Alright, as you may have noticed, I hit him with a stick, jump slash at the first hit, and then I hit him with crouch stabs. Crouch stabs in this game weren't given a specific value. They do the same damage as the last attack. And Dicker Stick gives the same value as Master Sword, because they weren't intended to be used more than once. So if you jump slash with a Dicker Stick, you store the value, and you can then stab enemies really fast to death. Cool, so I hope you're keeping count. We're at the second dungeon completed. Right, and after this cutscene, yeah, this is a very interesting cutscene, by the way. Probably not gonna see Ruto again. After this cutscene, we'll make our way, not as you might expect, to Dodongo's cavern, but somewhere else. Once again, we're gonna use the save warp to skip walking all the way and move from Link's house instead. Alright, so we're going straight across Hyrule Field, and there isn't too much exciting to do, so I'll just play some shield music and item music for you. Hope you'll enjoy. So you might have figured out where we're going. And it's not to visit Zelda again. Spoiler. Yeah, we're gonna ignore the game's requirement to get the 3 spiritual stones and just go adult in advance. Okay, so by doing a specific side roll into backward setup, or like it's a special setup, we can bypass the door time because this is like it's a small gap, and by doing this movement, you barely pass through it. It's pretty cool that it exists. This also makes us skip the long cutscene with getting the Ocarina of Time. Cool. So this run is good so far, but we missed the day cycle, which was a bit slow. So this is like the second big cutscene in the run, except for the one at the end. But from this part and an entire hour it'll be full action. Action all the time. Alright, so you didn't miss too much, fortunately. It was a good opportunity for the stream to done. Basically, we watched an entire cutscene, Link going adult.
tactical difficulties right now. Just
Okay.
keep doing your run.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's done again? Okay. We're going.
Right, you're on stream again.
Okay, cool. Alright, so the first thing we'll do as adult is actually going to go to the graveyard. Because there are a few items we need there that are very useful for the speedrun. And because we're here, we might as well do the temple there first, which is Shadow Temple. We're gonna do the temples in a very interesting order. Almost inverted, actually. So there are a couple ways to get a shield, which we need. This grave is the fastest one for this category. And then we're heading up to the biggest troll in the game, Dampe. This race is, well, basically about if Dampe throws flames in your face or not. And about movement, I guess. An optimal race would be 46, it's the best you can do. I never had a 46 yet, or the 47s might be, but... looking good so far. The small glitch you can do there, to just jump slash up this village. No, pretty close to 46 actually, that was a good race. Cool. Alright, so we did this race because he will give us a gift. And if you can read Japanese, you would know which gift we get. But I guess most of you can't, so quick shot is gonna happen. We're actually gonna need the hookshot right away for a glitch, or it's gonna be part of this amazing glitch coming up, which we entered Shadow Temple with. If I went over all the small details of this glitch, it would take a while, so I'll just let you enjoy the show and leave you with the words of Super Slide Teleport. That sounds interesting though. So getting the ice G glitch there. Doing a setup for the angle and getting into the corner. Ah, dang. You need the bushes alive, so I have to reload there. So did a super slide, go up to the grave and release, and he tries to re-grab the bush, but the game doesn't fix the Z coordinate, which is height. So we get put in mid-air, and we got Ice G, so we can't fall. That's the basic explanation of that trick. And now we're just gonna make our way here, hopefully, not get stuck. This seam is really trolly. Oh, cool. Alright, so in Shadow Temple, there's this item we need here, which will allow us to actually complete many dungeons faster than intended. And it's very good combined with other glitches. Gonna have to kill this guy though. Hopefully fast. Okay, perfect. If you time that jump slash, you can kill him without him popping back into the ground. So I will need to be careful with my chews, bomb chews. It's vital that I keep these chews now, because I've wasted a few. Now the hover boots will be used almost straight away. They are slower there for movement, so we just use them when we need to. Alright, this is one of the few random elements in the game. There are 3 different positions that this could be. You can see it by using Lens of Truth, but we're not gonna get that item. It takes too long, so we're just gonna hope. And look! Marathon luck! We got it first try. In a good way, marathon luck. Cool. That saved some time. So I'm gonna take one more hit because I want to be at a different amount of health. Cool. We can skip this block by a precise jump slash. If I set it up correctly. And then hopefully make our way onto the boat without falling. Good. Nice. So this is one of the few places where we actually need the lullaby to use the boat. I'll actually help, like, take the help of these Stalfos and let them damage me to the desired health amount for the end of this dungeon. Because I don't want to be on 3 hearts actually. We'll see why. So let's hope he hits me. Oh, we got a Decanate? No. If we do see any percent, we're gonna win those in this run. It isn't that important. Okay, so we're gonna use the hover boots for the first trick now. Hopefully, do a hover across. Okay, hope there's enough speed. Okay, we made it, nice. You barely make that with an extended jump slash at the end. It's really cool that it works. And then we're gonna use bomb shoes again. And this trick is a pretty new trick actually, not too old. It's pretty technical though, and you can easily die here if you mess up, so I'm gonna try and play safe. Which that wasn't, we'll just save it. Okay. Alright, nice. So we let go of its shoe, it ran all the way around the platform and come back and hit us right as we clipped, or right as we grabbed the ledge and clipped through the wall, or through the door. Nice. Now we're gonna kill Bongo, and we're using Ice G for a boss for the first time. And this is a fairly new fight for me. I redesigned this, so let's hope it works. Okay, we drop and release and recapture bugs actually. And if I can make this, I'll be happy, because then I can actually duplicate the bottle. Nice! I choose the nuts over the bottle, so I get 2 bottles instead. And then the ISG does the work. This is the wonders of ISG, Infinite Sword Glitch. It's stabbing every frame because I avoided the crouch stab. And that makes me kill Bongo really fast, because even if I didn't have the sword out, his sword hitbox is still there. And I have a bottle in my hand, which is vital for this skip coming up. Now, we're gonna do something similar to the Dicketry, where we use the warp to take us somewhere needed, but it's not quite a wrong warp, it's more a thing to skip the cutscene. If you can pull it off. Okay, we should be good, I think. Now, I died on the same frame. I should be taken up on the warp, and that... Nice, that gives me white flash. You may have seen it. The white flash is supposed to be the first frame of the cutscene, where we get the medallion. But, because we died at the same time, we're seeing the white flash, but exiting the dungeon, which is really cool. So I have the shadow medallion. And we can just leave. Nice. That's a really clean shadow temple, I'm happy, because shadow is really hard. Also, my favorite trick is coming up in this category. As if you hadn't seen enough cool tricks already. So, as I said fast in the fight, I had to explain a lot. I did duplicate a bottle by putting Deconox on the bottle slot when I captured. That means I have 2 bottles, and I'm putting a fairy. I'm buying a fairy, putting it in my second bottle, the fake bottle. There's a reason for that. It's primarily to save time, because you can do it with 1 bottle, but... So yeah, why do we need a fairy? Because obviously it's a speed run, I'm not expecting to get killed somewhere. Right? Now, we're actually heading somewhere to another cavern. It's the last child's dungeon in the game, and we never completed it as a child. And there's this cool trick coming up, so enjoy the ride. Need to take some damage first. And then hopefully I can set this up correctly. Alright, cool. So, what just happened was I hookshot the ladder right, and I hit it on the same frame I died, which creates upward momentum. Like when you hit something, it creates upward momentum with a hookshot. But I died immediately, so it carried on. And guess what? I got a fairy, so we got revived on the ledge, or on the bridge, skipping part of this dungeon and getting bombs really fast. That's a really nice trick. It was pretty clean too, actually. if you see me pausing a lot when doing tricks, it's usually to advance a single frame. Because if we pause and unpause and time it correctly, we can advance 1 frame. 2 if we're unlucky, but hopefully 1 frame. And that can set us up doing frame perfect tricks without really having to use the precision in real time. Which is a really cool part about OT. It makes for these crazy glitches to be possible to be executed. So we got bombs. As you may... You notice I bombed the ice. We're gonna go back to DC later, but we're gonna need to do a couple things up here first. Bombs are also pretty broken in the speedrun. Explosives in general are... Cool. You can do a specific technique here, which I'll try. Cool. He tries to grab a bomb. If you roll towards it and press A. If you get the same amount of shield damage from another bomb, or the same bomb, which is harder, then you get pushed back while trying to grab the other bomb. That's what we call a super slide. The bombs. Alright, nice. So we need to pay this ferry with this. Give us magic, which is required for a couple of different items. It's not... You only really need it for the magic arrows or different kinds. Unfortunately we can't skip it, but since we're here getting magic, we might as well do another few things on the way in the Death Mountain crater. So it's not that big of a deal. We can still get stuff done. Okay. So in DMC, Death Mountain Crater, we're gonna fix some small things we need for later, actually. Mostly about that. For one, we want to change the contents of this bottle. You may have seen before that when I try to recapture bugs, they run away. Hopefully this fish won't run away, which will make recapturing it a lot easier. Actually really good for a lot of the setups. And then we're gonna get the song to the Boulder of Fire, hopefully. If I can perform this. Okay. I can use Ocarina. You may have seen me doing this when I entered the dungeon. We can take multiple damage frames from a single bomb, which can reduce health fast. By doing a specific setup here, hopefully I got pushed into the cutscene while dying. Nice. That gives me the Boulder of Fire, which is a setup for later. We don't really need it at the moment, but getting back here fast is nice. Cool, so we're done here. Let's just get back to DC, and not the intended way because we speedrun. So we do a super slide, and while the cutscene is running, you might see a link bottom left there. Maybe you didn't. I super slid while the cutscene was active, which makes us go up the mountain. Very, very convenient to enter DC like this. So I'm gonna equip the hookshot here, and I'm also gonna save and warp. There's one technicality with wrong warps I didn't explain. If you have the wrong cutscene value of the last watched cutscene, they will put you either crash the game or put you at a bad place. Usually crash. So in this case, the Goron cutscene wouldn't work, so I need to reset the value for that by save warping, which actually resets the last watch cutscene. There's a nifty trick here with the keys. You can target them while falling. Let me see. Cool, so I just targeted in the same frame I hit the button. The button is supposed to only stay down for 1 second. If you play a cutscene when you hit it though, like fucking Navi, it gets stuck for longer, enabling us to skip the block puzzle. Right. Time for the hardest boss in the game. King Dongo as adult, it's really hard. Or not. I'll damage myself here while doing the fight because I have nothing better to do, and it sets up the damage, the health for later. Cool. Yeah, that was a hard boss, man. I'm really impressed I managed to kill him. Alright, what's coming up though is a pretty hard trick. I'm gonna have to focus a bit for this one, because missing this is a 3-minute loss and we don't want that. Also, he makes a rock-on gesture in the lava if you haven't seen it before. I don't know if that's intended, but it's kind of funny. And we will rock on with this run for sure. King Dongo. Alright, fish, stay put. Thank you. Let's go, let's buffer this and get it correctly. Nice. So, I backflipped, hit the warp, and then the bomb exploded, and now when I'm exiting, I die on the first frame, pretty much. Now what will this do? Yeah, obviously, it puts me in Gerudo training grounds. What were you thinking? Because this game. Alright, good, we got the one warp. That's a burden off my mind. And we also completed DC Cavern, so all Child Dungeons and Shadow is now completed. I only have 5 chews. This is a bit nerve-wracking for the next trick coming up. Oops. Now we're just gonna go to the next temple. Spirit. And there's a really cool trick here. We simply use momentum. Nice, nice. And roll along the wall, target it, and do a side up and then jump slash at the end of the side up. It makes us hit this ledge where we can walk. So as you see, that wasn't even a super slide, that was just us using the heavy boots. The 2 seconds in there to get us where we want to be. And you're supposed to get some guide through this wasteland. We're not gonna do that. I happen to know where to go actually. Or where to slide in this case. Ah, this is a... Okay. A bit risky of an angle. It worked though. Alright, so let's not get lost here. Cool. Funny side note is, I'm actually playing this on Wii Virtual Console, maybe I should add that. It's fastest on this category, and in Zelda community we just play on whichever official release of the game is the fastest. Happens to be Wii for this. So, coming up is one of the more impressive tricks, and this is gonna be hard because we don't have many chews, if you notice. I'm probably gonna use all 5 for this trick, because I don't want to fail it. If you save choose here, it's gonna help you later on, but really, it's like this trick is so important to get. So please, cross your fingers for me, and for this keys to attack me, or gray. Okay, so let's go. As I said, Ice G and taking damage gets you stuck in the air. I'll just use this to hover, hopefully. I don't know if this is height enough. It's not. Oh no, I just did that. Oh, this is a problem. We'll try to back it up. I just derped a bit. That is not good. Okay, we have bombs. We might be able to save this. I'll go for it. I am equipped hover boots, which was a really bad call on me. It's worth going for again though, because it saves so much time to this. Okay, let's go again, let's get it now. Okay, I think that might have made it. Let's see. Oh, I'm always to make the same mistake. Okay. This is nerve-wracking actually. Okay, we'll just wait for him. Alright, that should be good now. So what it just did was basically hover up, hit the small seam, backflip onto the second seam, and then hover across to get the spirit shield. It saves approximately 3 minutes if you get it first try, or even 4. We got a second try, but still I didn't have to complete all the temple. Really nice actually to get that. Because missing it once was very unfortunate, so I thought, because I had still a few shoes left, but I made it. So now we're in Spirit Temple, the most technical temple, not just because of Spirit Hover. Interesting side note, if you have 5 bombs or less, which I have, you'll get double the drop rate, which should mean I get bombs from these guys. You never know, but it should mean that. Oh wow, goodness. Okay, we just get perfect RNG. Thank you, game. 3 out of 4, look at that. How much you want to amateur, I think. So, there are really technical skips coming up. We'll just start by skipping this wall, or part of it. Nope. Cool. Now this is probably the hardest trick in the room. We're gonna go for it though, because why not? It's fast. The skipping of the boss key. I just need the correct frames. It should be good. Alright, nice. We just did the Spirit Temple boss key skip. That's a fairly new trick. It's risky, but hey. I felt like going for it, why not? And it worked. If you mess that up, you can fall into the room below and nothing is loaded, which is a really bad thing to do. And to be honest, I don't really know how to back that up, so I'm happy it didn't happen. Basically you clip through, do a super slide on like 2 inches of ground, and then use hover boots to guide the super slide correctly into the loading zone. Okay, nice. Then we can maybe breathe, but I need to get this clip too. This mini boss fight is pretty cool. You can just go to his leg here, and he won't hit you, hopefully, or she. Okay, and then this is cutscene playing after. We wanted to skip that or parts of it, so hopefully I can get this clip. Oh, nice. Cool. Okay. So, I hit Naburu 9 times and a small slash. That puts her on critical health, and then she gets hit by the bomb. And a clip. I don't get hit by the bomb. I avoid taking 1 heart of damage. She gets killed. The cutscene gets cancelled. And we're now here at critical health. Everything going perfectly. In spirit. Cool. So here we are. This is a really cool boss. One of my favorites playing casually. And in a speedrun it's not as cool because it's pretty RNG based. We basically have to pray for them to give me a good pattern, and I'll make the best of it. So fire and ice. So since you got mirror shield here, game wants you to use it to reflect the beams onto the other one. I'm using the headphones here to actually hear where they're shooting from and to adjust fast. If you use a hookshot on the one who's not shooting, like that, you get her to spin around, which is really cool for positioning. You can just spin her and then use the beam. This actually takes some practice to get good at this fight. Nice. 3, and they take this first stage take 4 hits. Perfect so far. Oh god, I got that. Nice. So there, I think she wanted to shoot again, so I just stunned her so she couldn't, and I got the 4 hit. Nice. That was like one of the final frames to hit the boss. Cool. Second phase isn't that hard. Fortunately, she gives you the same element 3 times in a row when you start the fight. And hopefully that's all we need. And hit, and set up properly, you should just be able to spam B here while holding crouch, and you'll kill her. Nice. So that was clean. This spirit temple was extremely good. The spirit tower was slow, but hey, at least I got it. Not getting it would have cost 4 minutes. So just a quick self-plug. Yeah, this is a good cutscene. Everyone likes cutscene. You'll see why. But just a quick self-plug. If you want to see any percent the nut route this marathon, which you should want to see, there's a goal for that. I think it's met fairly soon. We have an hour left on this one. About an hour, I guess. Depending on how well I play. So far, pretty good run. The biggest mistake was definitely the guards at the start, or the missing the super slide. So I had to wait for a day. Okay, so I'm on critical health. I guess you know what that means. We're gonna use Fishy here to take us places. Do not go away, thank you. Sometimes he trolls you like that, it's rare, but fortunately this time it was okay. Sometimes you're on a time limit and it's not fun. Okay. Well, get hit by the bomb just as you get killed just as you get taken up by the warp. And nice, we got it. Cool, so the white flash indicates I got the medallion. We got the spirit temple down. I need full health here. Tell you why soon. And then I actually play this song. You may have forgotten me getting this, but it's when I was in the crater, I got this song, the Boulder of Fire, on the same frame I died. Using this to go to that next temple of choice, which is Fire Temple. Interesting fact is, oh sorry, go ahead.
Real quick,
Yeah.
we're only $35 off of the any percent incentive, so if you guys want to see Joden do any percent after this, get those donations in.
Yeah, do that. Cool. Alright, so in the Fire Temple, you get this timer. If you don't use the red tunic, which is intended, which you can use in lava, then you get this timer for how long you can stay, and that's based on the amount of hearts, which is why I picked up 5 hearts so far to get the timer. Also, what I did here was call it a time stop. You stop all the cutscenes from playing with the Ocarina, or no, with the bottle, by doing a specific trick. This skips the King Darunia, hopefully, for talking to us. Nice. Unless I load him on the screen, which I didn't. So you notice my timer going down. As I said, it's 8 seconds per heart. We're just gonna make it do with these 40 seconds we have in the timer areas. And it will be a bit hectic at times, but hopefully I can get it. Dying here is a bad thing in this temple. Alright, so in Fire Temple we have a similar scenario to Jabu. We need the intended item to hit the boss, which means we actually need to make it to the top of the temple. And it's actually, like, it's not quite the intended route, but you get to see a lot of the temple. Oh, wow, this equips, okay, doesn't matter. So I keep my bottle equipped. It's because if I press the bottle in midair, the timer will halt for a moment, because the game is expecting me to use the bottle. So I'll use that to delay the timer a couple times in areas needed, but it's only when falling, so you can't do much with it. Just a safety precaution. I like to call this the next thing that happens to the Fire Temple race. It's really scary when you're starting out with the category. You'll see why. These 40 seconds they aren't that forgiving. At this level of play I should be able to make it though. Using the hook shot to grab the wall there. It's actually really fast. Okay, so we need to push this block down. There's actually no other way, what I know, to get up there. Oh, we made it, 4 seconds. Chill. That was the Fire Temple race. Nice. Now we're gonna make our way through this
Yeah, I restarted.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I'm not sure how much.
Planning room.
Okay, I'm not sure how much you missed, guys, but I'm hopefully back. The run went fairly smooth so far, and I made it to Forest Temple. And you're just catching the start of that. Cool. So I got the fast clip in the temple to skip the block there. I usually didn't get the fast try, so it was nice. How much did you miss, guys? So getting hit by this bomb and pausing on the right frame enable us to extend the jump and barely reach the ledge. Nice. Okay, I'm back. Cool. So we did fire and did a warm up to forest, which you might have missed then. And now we're doing forest and then water. So that's what's left. Using bombs and shielding explosions will let Link store where to jump we can use to actually break this maze a bit. Very convenient. Yeah, I just had to go get more tea, guys. It's not an emergency. It happens. Alright. That's a good forest temple so far. I have 2.5 hearts. We're gonna want to reduce that to half a heart again. As in most temples, actually. You can do some fancy movement here to skip the lava text. And then we're entering a pretty clutch room, actually, the bow room. Interesting fact is if you die here, you get put back into Fire Temple, because that's where I last entered, like the intended way. Because I wrong-warped here, the game won't put me here again, so dying wouldn't be good, but I have saved just in case for that. When I entered this dungeon. Come on, Selfless, attack me. Thank you. He's being obnoxious. Okay, decent. So once again, we want the dungeon item, and then we'd want to complete the dungeon fast. That's kind of the pattern for this category, I guess. You get the dungeon item, kill the boss, and just get out of there as fast as possible. Could you please die? Oh, this is not a good pattern. Okay, I wanted to be on half a heart, so I had to wait for him a bit to attack me. Okay. So we got the bow. Now, as fast as possible to the boss room is what we want to do. Hopefully I can set it up like this, and we'll use a precise clip. Should be good enough, let's hope. Yeah, it should be good. Alright, nice. So that put us in the boss room really fast after the bow. We need the bow for other things than the boss. Primarily the trials. The half a heart is used in almost every single dungeon to, at the end of the dungeon, execute a cutscene skip. If we die on the same frame we get the medallion, or the ending cutscene, we can skip it. While still getting the medallion.
I have a $2.69 donation from Icy Kittens, who says, "Don't forget to donate, you silly memers." Lilsey.
I completely agree.
Programming with Platod till lobby runner can wait here.
So this boss is the real Ganondorf. Phantom Ganondorf is actually brighter and makes sound, so you can judge which one you want to hit. That's not the bright one. This. After 3 hits, I want to use ISG again and try to keep it on the floor based on the bow. This can be a bit tricky sometimes. Yeah. Really? Come on, get hit. Okay. I lost some more arrows than I wanted to, but I think it's fine. If you do that, if you time it perfectly, you can one cycle him, but it's a bit random. Yeah, fix text-to-speech. Okay, so we are at half a heart, as I said. Completed the boss. We will continue with the pattern. Being, hoping that this fish actually stays put. Cool. And then doing a precise cutscene. Wish me luck, because watching this cutscene takes forever. Okay, that should be it. Nice. At least I hope that's it. Please. Please. Okay. I second guessed myself for a moment, but it was fine. Cool. So we got the white flash, meaning we got the medallion, but we didn't have to watch the 4-minute cutscene, which is insanely annoying to watch. So, coming up is the final temple, actually, being Water Temple. Now, if you play this game, you know how obnoxious this temple is, so let me make you happy by spoiling that it's actually the shortest temple in the speedrun and the most broken one. So, we'll take revenge on your childhood tears in this run. So I'm slightly concerned about my bone count. I will try these bushes. If I don't get it here, I'll have to farm in. Okay, I'll have to farm in like how I think. Sometimes they can save you. While doing a precise setup here, we can.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
Or Joden.
Yep.
Do you think you can turn your text-to-speech back
It's
on?
off. Back on?
No, off. We think the crash turned it back on because the stream's here.
Yeah, but I fixed that already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I did
Okay.
I did it after I heard the text-to-speech. Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
Someone do need to turn it back on. Okay, so this precise setup should nice clip us into the ladder. We can just walk here. And hopefully reach the tunnel. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so if you go really fast and have enough bombs or bombs, you can actually do a little clip already there, but I need extra bombs now because I could use arrows too actually. And hopefully we get bombs too. Sometimes these bushes aren't your friend. Please. Okay. Nice. Well, I do need extra bombs, so we can just reload this area, but that's annoying. Alright, come on. Well, I guess they patched this yesterday or something. Nice, bomb. that should be enough. I'm just gonna check if we get extra ones. Okay, we should be good now. Then I get to show off this trick. I haven't done this in a while. It should be good though. Getting a precise angle there and pacing enables us to actually backflip through the corner and hit nice, and then we do a super swim beneath the scene to get here. And then we barely stay out of bounds. We can't stay too far out of bounds or the camera will screw up, but barely. And make our way towards the entrance.
Do you have time for a donation?
Sure.
We got $35 from Michael. So we've met the any percent goal. So Joden will be doing any percent after this run, assuming there are no further computer issues.
Thank you, Michael. That'll be nice. Alright, so thank you. Cool, so this dungeon is, as I promised, is the shortest one in the run. I'll save here because this trick is funky, it can mess up. And we need the bombs now at this point. So we did a hammer slash there and switched to hover boots, which maintained the momentum over the gap. And now I'm gonna skip this door, hopefully. I'm gonna use it on extra because that was not the best. Okay, this should be good, I hope. Backup strat here is to do a special jump. Forward side up into a jump slash. Nice, okay. Made it through the door. The door has no collision delay on top of it, so if you hover up to the top and jump slash through it, you can get through. So if you ever hated Water Temple as a kid, I hope you enjoyed me breaking it. Because it's pretty much the only really broken temple in the run, where we don't really need to do anything. The long shot isn't needed. So I think we're still actually on decent-ish pace. Not sure how much time I lost when I had to reset my computer and all, but it shouldn't be that bad. Okay, so more. It's actually a really nice boss in speedrun too. Provided you can actually hit her with a hookshot, sometimes she trolls you. Don't go away. Really? Okay, that's not good. I'm just gonna go for luck. Okay, oh, that should kill it. Yeah, as I said. That's okay though. Getting into the corner and cornering her. Nice, okay. So just putting her into the corner and stabbing her makes her unable to move. So now we completed the final boss of the temples. We have now almost completed every single temple and every single trial dungeon. The biggest part left of the MST run is trials, and all the trials are in Ganon's castle. We actually went there as a child already and completed half of one trial, but the rest is left. This is, by the way, the only temple we don't cutscene skip. Because if we watch this cutscene, the water will refill in Lake Hylia, and it will be day. If we don't watch it, that won't happen, and we need that to happen to get the fire arrows.
Donation?
Sure.
I got $15.05 from Lazy Fab. Joden is obviously splicing. Sad face, no space.
Wow, I get called out here on stream. Yeah. Ouch. It'll actually be interesting to see what kind of time I'll get with this. I have no good reference points, but I think it could be a 220. Alright. There's one big problem with this now. Like, we need the light arrows basically. The only way to get the light arrows in this category is to watch the LACS, the light arrow cutscene, or more popularly known as the long ass cutscene. Which means we'll have some downtime in a bit. This cutscene is actually kind of nice to watch. It's pretty soothing. And when you're in a run, it's been a full dungeon rush for the past 1 hour, no breaks pretty much. So these cutscenes they're actually okay, because you get some time to drink tea and all. Okay, I think we have enough bombs and enough arrows. I shouldn't need to farm anything. Yes, 7 should be good. Cool. So shooting the sun at rise or dawn, I guess, gives you the fire arrows, which is really convenient. You can do it immediately after water, and then we need those for trials mainly, or only. And we're pretty much done with item collection. Once again, gonna save warp from here, and with your dot that will take you to the Temple of Time. And we'll get to see this beautiful cutscene. So here we go. Fun small fact is the game only checks for your spirit and shadow medallion, because those are the only two you can complete last usually in intended speedruns or intended runs, intended playthroughs. Which means if you just get those two medallions, you get this cutscene and you can actually complete the game. Obviously though, since this category is completing all the dungeons, that doesn't help, but it's just a fun fact. Lazy is your favorite cutscene. Please, Lazy. No. Actually, I've heard that during this small part of the cutscene, where you don't need to spam, you're supposed to be able to speedrun a toilet break. I don't know if those rumors are true. Either way, after this point there shouldn't be too much that can mess up the run. The trials are fairly straightforward. Some are a bit technical, but not too bad. And then, yeah, we should be good basically, we should be good. MST is fairly scary because if you miss one of the cutscene skips or the wrong orbs, you're usually losing 3 to 7 minutes of time, like between 3 and 7 depending on the mistake as adult. So it's pretty unforgiving. You want to be really consistent with everything. But I haven't messed up too much. Yeah, also, I guess it's too late for spoiler alert, but I'm sorry to ruin your childhood. Sheik is actually not a guy. Oh yes, Zelda's a dude. Either of those two. It could be both actually. Either Zelda's a dude or Sheik's a girl. I leave that up to you to decide. Yeah, you can do most dungeons in the wrong form actually. Like you can do most of child dungeons as adult and do most adult dungeons as child. But usually it requires some really technical stuff. And that's really slow. In this dungeon the only one we do out of time sync is the DC that I was counting. Because it's much faster, basically, and it's easy to set up. So, this cutscene is actually ending pretty soon, believe it or not. Oh, that's cool, Ultima. I thought you could beat fire as child, are you sure? I'm pretty sure you can beat the fire as child now, Ultima. Unless I'm mistaken. Either way. So now we go and make our way towards the trials, Gano's castle. Because as the name implies, we need to complete those trials. This is probably the chillest section of the run. Everything after the Water Temple to the end of the run is fairly chill. Although I'm known for dying on Ganon. Not this time I have. So, in Trials we will use all the magic arrows collected, and I have lots of arrows, that's good. Sometimes you miss a few, which should be good though. Aiming on virtual console is actually pretty hard to do precisely. Okay, it's good I think. There's a timer on these things, but it's fairly forgiving. You can miss 2 shots, I think, and still make it. The next room is pretty cool. Using have boots to the extent, I guess. Whoops. Well. Okay. Let's. Whoa. Yeah. I don't think I've fallen there before. And I feel silly because I didn't think this room would be hard. We took a bit of damage, and might not seem like a bad thing. It is a bad thing though. In Fire Trial, you'll get a timer based on your hearts. So I'll need to refill that. Just get hearts here, I think. Cool. So yeah, there are 6 trials following the pattern of the temples. More like challenges to see if you're worthy to beat the game, I guess. Interesting enough, there's a light trial. Well, there was no light jump pool. Never made it into the game. But there's still a light medallion you get when you go adult, so I think it's interesting they left the light trial in. Here we can do a small trick with enemies. Just make our lives easier and hopefully not. Ah, well. No, we'll have to wait for him. You have to kill both of them to get the door to unlock, and I apparently didn't hit him. This puzzle can be skipped.